Hello, dear friends. This is Grandma Jeannie. Welcome back to my workshop. I've got some more things to share with you. This fun bag of furniture came with one of the houses that I recently bought on one of our little road trips. Let's see what's in there. We're going to start with this piece. This is not marked, but since it's warped like that, which is not unusual on some of this furniture, a lot of times the brand Jaden is the one that warps like that. So I suspect that may be that. I think this is interesting because I want to try heating furniture like this up and see if I can straighten it out. So that will be a good one to practice on since I don't have a lot of money tied up in it. Then we'll go to this little crib. It is not marked, but look at those cute babies in there. I think some of my favorites are this little brown baby, and then this is a little Renoir baby. I always think that they are so cute. They have a very mischievous look in their eyes. This little baby says best on the back. This one says, I think it says ideal. It's awfully small, but I believe it says ideal. The little brown baby is not marked. These two are not marked. They may be Thomas. Thomas, I think, also made some little babies that were kind of rubbery like that. And that may be the brand. But, don't quote me on that because I just don't know for sure. These little chairs are marked Pyro, and Pyro are scale 124, but they're kind of a small scale 124. This is marked Allied, which is also that smaller 124. These are not marked, but I suspect that they are either Pyro or Allied also because they're just a little bit smaller than what we see when we see a lot of 124 furniture. And then there's a little tiny clear table. That's probably the same scale, or it could be a smaller. You could be like an end table maybe in a more normal size 124. This little piece is not marked. It is probably could be a 124. It looks almost more like a scale 116, which is a little bit bigger. This is marked marks, and it is definitely the bigger scale. I would say it's 116. Then we have a little Renoir high chair. The legs are broken off, but I think all the pieces are there. I think I can get it glued back together and get it back in use. Isn't that cute? And the little stencil on it. And this is the Renoir sewing machine, which is nearly complete. It's missing the treadle down here, but I feel like I have another one of these. It's missing some parts, so maybe I can get that put together. Usually you can get that little table to lift up and that sewing machine will drop down. There we go. There we go, just like a real one. And it will also, and I think I showed you this one other time, if you turn that little wheel, look, that little needle goes up and down. Isn't that just so intricate? A little Renoir nightstand. This would be scale probably 116 also. This little piano is so cute. It's got the keyboard details on it. As I look at it, it's actually a pencil sharpener. So, which is fine with me. What I may do, I notice the lid comes off because, you'd need to be able to dump the pencil shavings out. But what I may do is put it like that, put a little toothpick in there to prop it up like it's open like a grand piano. And if I do that, I might paint that pencil sharpener, paint it black so it's not quite as noticeable in there. But that's a very nice little piano. And it's a nice size to go with this little Allied furniture. I can't recall the maker of this little crib. It's got a little damage here, and it's got one of the bars missing over here, but still very cute. And then this family is a Renoir family. They are from the 1950s. This is father. He's jointed at the knees, hips, and arms. Very nice set. Father, mother, two girls, and then this is a little doll that actually I've had a while, but as I was sorting through some other dolls, I came across it in my own items, and I said, well, I'm going to stick that with my dollhouse stuff. And a little cat, the same thing. I found it in some of my other belongings. This lovely lady is from Marks, again, 1950s, very likely, and I believe she's one of them called the Campus Cuties. There were several of them that were dressed very nice with nice, slim, pretty figures. So she's a nice little piece. All in all, a very nice set. I love it very, very much. Thank you again for joining me. I'm always so glad to have you here with me, and I love to share my items with you. Remember, Grandma Jeannie loves you.